Hi, I'm Greg Jimeno, attorney with Chesapeake Wills and Trust. Today's video, we're going to talk about Medicaid crisis planning. All right, so if you found this video, likely you have been searching the internet looking for topics on how to pay for nursing home care. And you see a lot of websites talk about Medicaid crisis planning. So what is it? So when we deal with Medicaid crisis plans in our office, it generally deals with someone who has recently been admitted to a nursing home, meaning they just came from a hospital, they came from a rehabilitation center, and now need nursing home care. Nursing home care can run anywhere from $10,000, $12,000, $15,000 or more per month. And so you obviously have a big step up in cost. And it's a financial burden for the person who's in and for the family. And the nursing home is looking to you for payment. And how are we going to pay? So which puts the family into a crisis mode. Do we want to spend $15,000 out of pocket, or do we want to look for other ways that we can pay for the nursing home? So this is where we talk about Medicaid crisis planning. And this is generally when someone calls an elder care lawyer or someone who knows how to do Medicaid planning or submitting Medicaid applications to pay for nursing home care. So there's going to be a couple of things that we're going to want to know. First of all, is the person in the nursing home, are they married or single? If they're married, where is the spouse? Is the spouse living at home? Is the spouse also in a nursing home, in a rehab facility? So where is the spouse? Do they have a home? Where is there a property we need to deal with? Does the person have IRAs, 401ks, any other kind of investment accounts, CDs, annuities? We need to know where everything is, where all of the assets are and the value of those assets. We would need 5 years worth of those records in order to properly evaluate the case and to submit the application to the Medicaid department. So then once we have all of the assets, then we need to look for appropriate spend downs. Spend downs mean that the government has said, if you are over-resourced for Medicaid, right? So don't forget, if you're a single person, you can only have $2,500 to your name before Medicaid would pay for your care. If you're a married couple, the spouse who's still living at home can keep about $130,000. And again, that's just the value of the time that when I'm shooting this video, that number could go up slightly year over year. If you're over those limits, we need to figure out what you can spend money on appropriately without being penalized. So the government has said there are certain things you can pay. You can pay down debts. You can prepay for funerals. If you have disabled relatives, you may be able to make payments to them to help lower the amount of your countable estate for Medicaid qualification purposes. Once we make all those appropriate spend downs, now we have a number of these are the assets that you have and how they're above the Medicaid limit. And then we look to see how we can protect the assets. Do we need to create some kind of asset protection trust? Again, even if the person's in the nursing home, we can do some trust planning to protect those assets. Do we need to give some money to kids, family members, other people? Do we need to return some of that money that we give back to the nursing home? This is all these strategies that we would ultimately employ to get you or the person in the nursing home down to an appropriate level of assets so that they qualify for Medicaid. Once we have all of that completed, we have all of the assets down to the legal limit, then and only then will we submit the application to the Medicaid department. So we're talking about accumulating 5 years worth of all of your bank records, your financial records, for us to look through to determine what the assets are. Has any money been given away over the last 5 years? If so, how can we explain it? What's the reason for those gifts? So there's a whole lot of things that go on with Medicaid crisis planning. Again, we need to evaluate the assets. What do you have? Put in a spend down plan. Put in a plan to protect the rest of the assets once the spend down has occurred. And then we look to file the application. So that's when you see the term Medicaid crisis planning, it means there is a family in crisis because a relative is in a nursing home. We need to apply for Medicaid. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and hit the subscribe button down below as well. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you on the next video.